Welcome to KocoSports. I am the huge one kid idiot Dave Koco from Wrestle AM Podcast on YouTube, KocoSports, and wherever you find your podcast needs. Every now and then I stream on twitch.tv/KocoSports. I'm definitely making sure the audio is on because I did a Noah video twice, and the first time that it was off. So this is not a review because it's more of hitting up news because I haven't seen all the event, and I'm not going to be able to see all the event legally for about a month. So this isn't a win, loss, or tie, though I'd love to hear your opinion, win, loss, or tie. I feel I'm seeing a lot of ties. A couple wins, a couple losses, but I feel like most people have given ties. But this is more of, we're talking about the news, talking about the press conferences, and mentioning some things that happened here and there. I don't want to be a phony baloney. Like I said, I only seen a couple of the matches. I have New Japan World. I pay for it, and yeah, that's troubling. That's troubling. I hope they get out of this pattern, but they're probably not going to because I'm very close to. I don't know. I'm close. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I'm very close to canceling New Japan World and just going to the events in Tokyo. And if it happens outside Tokyo, I just don't give a shit. Pretty much like all Japanese fans, but. It's just like every time there's a big event, they're like, oh, it's on this network, and you gotta go, and you're not gonna be able to see it for a month. The network only shows it once for free, and it's for the love of God. But the main event has been decided. I think it was kind of common sense. The main event, it's Sonata versus Naito, so former LIJ mates. And that is the main event. They also had a press conference, and the way they were kind of, in Japanese, kind of shooting on each other. Sonata kept saying, well, both of them were worried that it's not going to be the main event. And they're like, I'm not saying it's the main event. Is it the main event? And I don't know, because they've screwed Naito out of main events before. They've screwed the IWGP Championship out of main events before. So it's going to be an interesting situation. And I kind of wonder, if your championship belt isn't the main event, as a booker, haven't you kind of failed? Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. But they were talking about if it's going to be a main event or not. Naito kept saying, ask anyone on the street who the IWGP champ is, and it'll take a couple seconds before them say Sonata. Now, granted, probably didn't help that he had to go win his belt back from Evil. And he just kept saying people are tired of seeing Naito and Okada at the top. And both people shooting on each other are absolutely right. The main eventers for a long time are getting older, and the mid-card is not stepping up, and the booking has been a bit rough. So let's just go over the highlights of the event, and also they had a big press conference and a lot of news happening with New Japan, which I find to be interesting. The big one, Yuya Yamura, probably saw that run, joins Just Five Guys. And this is how you know I don't worship the corporations. Good looking guys, dumbest fucking name ever. Just Five Guys, the dumbest fucking name ever. What do you say, guys? But yeah, it's great to see youth movement, young movement. But yeah, I was very interested in the Frontier Zone tag team match. It's basically where they have New Japan guys giving shots from people all around the country, DDT and different promotions. I think this is amazing and horrible at the same time. It's amazing because when New Japan is the biggest stage, they get to be the new stage. Also, maybe they get to re-sign it. But right now, Japan has a booking problem. Not just New Japan, all of Japan. And if your company has more money, you're going to win. So it's kind of like, it's a great idea, but it's also eye-rolling. And I don't know if it's going to help. It might help in Japan. I don't think it'll help outside of Japan. Because I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh yeah, I love this corporation. Oh, that corporation feels so good. I don't think they're going to switch fucking sides. But, you could get a couple Japanese fans to go check out the other stuff. And maybe I'm being a dick. I'm just saying. It's what I feel in my heart. So yeah, I think this is a great idea and a horrible idea. I just can't see New Japan putting over young guys. I can't fucking do it, especially if they're not under contract. Gorilla Destinies, Alpha Tasman, Hikaru win the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Champs. So we have new champs. I probably slaughter that sentence. Never Openweight Champs. You got Chaos. The Never Open 6-man tag. You got Chaos defeating Motor City Machine Guns and Josh Alexander. People really said this match was embarrassing. I didn't get to see it because, I live in Japan. I'm not bitter. Not bitter at all. Abima, whatever the fuck his name, Abima. What the fuck, man? I thought we were cool, man. I thought we were fucking cool. The employees there are nice. Unlike other networks. Never Open title match. Tamatanga defeats David Finlay, new champion there. And IWGP World Heavyweight title lumberjack match. Sonata defeats Evil. I actually had a chance to see this match. I walked in. It was like 10 minutes in, and like, fuck this match. So I was hanging out with some Japanese friends, Mexican friend, and a couple other friends. I don't know why I had to throw the Mexican friends in, but if I said Japanese friend, my one friend's like, I'm from Mexico. Like, I know, you know that, but they don't need to know that, but I feel guilty, so I gotta say it. We watched the match, and we just walked in. It was like kind of a bar atmosphere, and I was like, how's the fucking match? And they're like, just walk out. And I turned it off. So I don't know. Maybe it was a better match. Most people I got from ties from it. So it should be an interesting situation. I'm not going to do a review in a month. Just not. Fuck you. It's like, come on, dude. New Japan World is pretty fucking weak sauce these days if you actually live in Japan. All right, so this is they had a New Japan Stardom meeting presentation. There was a lot of them. They're talking about a strong rebounds. But wait, didn't all the English speakers say it was always awesome? I know. It's because of the snip. Oh, the Rice Bowl out True Wrestle Kingdom. Oh, I know. It's because the other companies did. Stardom and Noah sold more tickets. It's kind of fucking awkward. Propaganda is a thing. Propaganda is a thing. There you go. They talk about positive rebounds. As long as the product's good, that's all that matters at the end of the day. They tried to blame it on the sniffles. People in the know are like, you're okay. Okay. It's a fucking thing, but they are on an upward swing, and they're predicting by 2024 that they'll be making more money than 2019, where that's when their dip started. All right, so there you go. A focus on youth. We have to. We talked about this earlier. They're saying a focus on youth. You have to. Tsuji is your future. Okay, Okada has given up on life. He's Roger Dorn. Naito is held together by duct tape. Tanahashi is fucking aging gracefully. None of these guys can fucking hang with the best in the world. And then the mid-carders, from bad booking to fucking shit wrestling, there's no one in the mid-cards that can save us. Oh, is Shingo going to save us? Maybe. Is he going to get an opportunity? Oh, of course not. And it's one of those things, and it's weird because, like, when I talk to fans that live in Japan, they're like, give the best fucking wrestler the belt. But then I talk to fans and they're like, oh, it all makes sense. At Wrestle Kingdom, it's going to happen this way and it's this way. It's like, I guess, man. I guess it's going to fucking, I don't know. Like, I feel like when I speak to most North American fans, they can predict what's going to happen. So I think that's good. And people are like, no, just fucking have the best goddamn people with the belt. Have the best people with the belt. Less belts, have the best people with the belt. I'm a fucking crazy person. But yeah, it would be amazing. I hope they focus on new guys. They're coming back with a lot of new guys. And yeah, they have to focus on youth. I'd put I hope we get to keep Will Ospreay and push him to the fucking moon. But most likely he's gone. Just history says. You look at 1, 2, 3. Fuck, he's not coming back. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. We got to bring this youth movement up, and a lot of these young guys can go. So I'm kind of really, all my money right now is on Tsuji, but we gotta push one of them to the moon. These mid carders, the Sonatas, the Evils of the world. I mean, I don't know. Am I offending someone by calling Sonata mid-carder? I love Sonata, but I stick by that statement. Yeah, so it should be interesting. They also have some guy in Pro Wrestling Noah right now. We talked about that earlier. So yeah, they're gonna talk about new markets, big matches. So they're gonna have 31 events of London, Las Vegas, Texas. They're just trying to build an international market. This is their dream. This is their always been their dream. Here's the thing. It reminds me of EA Sports. I know you want better play control, but don't forget about franchise and be a pro. I know you want to grow, but don't forget about your home base. And I think a lot of times, New Japan, and I did a short on this. I haven't uploaded it. I might have to do a short on this. But basically, if you don't like something, they say the Japanese like it. But if you don't like something from, like if you're from America, you're like, oh, I don't really like that. They're like, oh, the Japanese like it. And then when the Japanese go, I don't like it, they're like, well, it's for the Americans. In reality, most Americans that watch New Japan really watch it, not just wear the Bullet Club shirts. They want New Japan to be what it was in its prime. They want it to be the best professional wrestling in the world. It's weird because AEW, New Japan, Impact, they do something amazing, original. Then someone says, oh, we should be just like them. They dip. And then it's hard for them to come back. Where if they just stayed and knew in their heart of hearts what they were, those dips, there would always be dips, but it wouldn't be nowhere near as bad. It wouldn't be nowhere near as bad. So it's an interesting situation, seeing them go all over the world. They're also going to be returning back to Hokkaido. So good news for Hokkaido people. Hokkaido, go Red Eagles. If you know, you know. If you don't know, it's okay. High five. They're also talking about New Japan Strong, and talking about maybe bringing it to America, Europe, and all that fun stuff. This is the part that got me interesting. They're talking about the Asian Pacific Pro Wrestling Alliance. They're talking about Taiwan's Puzzle, DFW in China, set up from Thailand, and Stardom, obviously. But they're trying to work with different companies in different parts of Asia to expand. And this is a very hard thing to do that a lot of companies try and fail. So I wish them nothing but success. And it would be great to see, it work out. Only pro tip, definitely try to do a little bit 50-50 booking at first. New Japan's going to be like, I'm going to work with China. We swept you. Oh, we're not allowed back in the country? Who fucking saw that coming? So overall, they also talked about Inoki's movie. I mean, I'll see Inoki's movie. I don't know. It's a documentary on Inoki. I'm a big Inoki guy. I know Melts and a lot of people that listen to Melts are not that high on Inoki, but I've always been pro Inoki. So there you go. And you got that, Sim. And then New Japan Stardom is thinking about doing another crossover event. I think they should have more crossover events, but I don't think they should have separate titles. I think the NJPW Women's title and a Stardom title is dumb, ridiculous, stupid. And now they have a New Japan Stardom. It's just like, it's less titles. Thank you. That's not a New Japan thing. That's an everybody thing. Yeah, so they're going to do another historical crossover event. The last one was kind of fun. And not only that, but Tanahashi is the only one that treated the women like wrestlers. You guys remember that? Everyone else was so light on the women. And Tanahashi's like, fuck no, you're in the ring. We're just going to fucking do this. But yeah, it should be interesting. But overall, they're working on a lot of things. They're trying to reach out to their fans. I know a bunch of fans received fan club on cheaper, because when New Japan was really bad, here's the thing, like, people that live on this island, when it's bad, they walk away. They don't really review it. They don't really fucking be like, oh, we're gonna fucking be bad. No. They're just like, all right, that's it. And so, like, a lot of people canceled their fan clubs. And this week, they're like, we can give you the fan club for half price. We'd love to have you back. We're on our way back up. I always laugh, because every time in Japanese, New Japan talks about how they're hurting and they have to come back. But in English, everyone's like, it's the best that's ever been. I don't know. It's like Microsoft compared to stock market. Not stock market. Stockholders. It's like, but yeah. So I hope it bounced back. We need a youth movement. We need guys that can go, and hopefully we can get a product that the world is proud of, Japan is proud of, and I am excited for the future, but also worried. And the one pattern I do not like is that the rich companies always win. Because if the rich companies are always going to win, then don't have crossover events. Just don't have them. That's just me. Obviously, the crossover with Stardom and New Japan's a little bit different, but the others. All right, are you guys pumped up for the New Japan and for the event that just passed, win, loss, or tie? And should I watch it in a month or fuck that? You read results, you get it. Tell me what you thought. This was more about news and just wanted to talk a little New Japan and probably rant and rave that I pay money and can't watch the product. That's a pattern I'm not starting to like. Impact did that to its Japan fans. Now New Japan's doing it. Maybe it's an all Impact thing. Impact sold a pay-per-view to Japanese fans and blocked it and hasn't said anything. And now Impact guys come to New Japan and it's not on a network. Obviously it's not. I'm being sarcastic. Calm down, Andy Peps. Calm down. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. I am very tired. I apologize. I want to get these videos out no matter what because I'm starting like 3 or 4 businesses. And if I only do it when I feel 100%, you probably wouldn't get videos. So, all right. Tomorrow, big day in WWE. So, WWE, AEW, big day. Plus, we'll probably be recording a podcast soon. All right. Love you, dudes. Check me out on twitch.tv/KocoSports when you get a chance. And with that, I am over. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Hey.